Hello guys, my name is Hoàng Phúc, currently an undergraduate majoring in English Linguistics at the Department of Foreign Language of Sai Gon University. 2 weeks ago, we just went on a field trip to the Mekong Delta of Vietnam, and this vlog is going to capture all of the experiences that I had from the trip. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We started the journey at Sai Gon University early in the morning. That's probably why my camera was so shaky because I was so sleepy. And traveled for about 2 hours to Mỹ Tho, Tiền Giang, which happened to be also my hometown, to have breakfast and to go seeing some of the sights of the restaurant we stopped at. The place was beautiful as it is full of trees, plants, and lotus, which made me feel like, wow, I'm truly going on a field trip to the southwest. We stayed there for nearly an hour and I did wander around the place to capture some photos, and here are some of them. After we finished having our breakfast, we jumped back onto our bus to continue our journey. The next place we were going to is Miếu Bà Chúa Xứ, located in Châu Đốc, An Giang province. We took approximately 4 hours to get there, and let me tell you, the place was so gorgeous it almost took my breath away. Literally, because I had to walk for 20 minutes to get there. As a fan of old architecture, seeing the structure of the temple made me feel really excited and mesmerized by how the people from the previous century can build a temple like this without using any kinds of modern equipment. That was the first time that I got to see the goddess statue, and was I intrigued and astonished? Absolutely. This is a renowned place for monks on pilgrimage. And as I can see, there are a lot of tourists that came here to visit the goddess and pray for their health and wealth. Miếu Bà Chúa Xứ is a great place, and I would go and visit again if I had a chance. Next up on our journey, we had a chance to experience how to row on a canoe at Tasu Melaleuca forest. At the entrance, there were a lot of paper flowers, which is the kind of flower that I adore. And there are some pigeons there too. They're all cute and just really mind their own business. And I got to sit on a canoe and rowing for quite a bit, as you can see right here. After we took a break for a night at the hotel, we started packing our things and traveled to the place that probably many of us during the trip were waiting for, Phuc Island. We went to the Ha Tinh port and took the ferry to get there, and it took us nearly 3 hours on the vast sea to finally arrive at Phuc. It's February, so the sun is scorching hot, as you can see right here when I got on the deck to witness some of the vastness of the sea and to take some pictures. And here I am, finally arrived at Phuc. Fortunately, I didn't get seasick. That's a good thing. This was the first time that I've been to an island I was so excited about this. After that, we get onto our bus that's been waiting for us and go to Khai Hoang fish sauce factory. Fish sauce is probably one of the main jobs that Phuc people used to do for a living. I also learned the process of how to make the fish sauce too. It was fascinating. But the sad thing is that when I went to the fish sauce incubating chamber for just a few seconds, my whole body smelled like fish. They had a huge shop selling a lot of fish sauces apparently, but I didn't buy any of them because I'm not really a big fan of fish sauce. But it was cool to learn about the history of fish sauce here in Phuc. After we arrived at the hotel to receive our rooms and took a rest for a couple of hours, we were on our way to Grand World, the sleepless city. Needless to say, it was probably one of the most astonishing places that I've been to. Words just can't express how beautiful it is. So here are some of the pictures that I took while I was there. The next day, we went to the pearl farm and learned how the clams form the pearls and went to an exhibition with fossilized clam shells and old merchandise from the 17th century being drowned deep under the sea in the display. There were a lot of fossilized corals too. They're even bigger than me. Upstairs, there's a whole shop dedicated to jewelry made from pearls and other materials, and I get to see how they make the pieces of jewelry, and they are true professional at it. This is same wine. Cheers. It's good. And this is the bee farm where they nourish the bee and farm their honey to make various products from lipstick, honey, and wine. In the afternoon, we went to Phuc Pagoda. The meaning of the name Phuc is to assist the country with guarding the border and protecting the land. The pagoda was built in 2011 and was finished in 2012. The pagoda has an influence from the architecture of the Lijiang dynasty. After a 2-day trip to Phuc, it's time to head back to the land and go to our last destination, Cần Thơ. On our last day of the trip, we went to Gairang Floating Market early in the morning, since the floating market was only active at that time. When we got there, I saw a lot of boats that sell various things, from breakfast, fruits, and drinks. We stopped by a stall and there was what seems like an unlimited amount of dry fish. The stall did have some of Cần Thơ specialty dishes and lots of different kinds of food from the other provinces. Today I saw some foreigners trying out the fruits, and their reaction was quite funny. as I didn't know whether they were feeling good or otherwise. Needless to say, Gayong Floating Market is a highlight point of Cần Thơ, and I recommend whoever travels here need to visit it. And to the final destination in our journey, we visited Hồng King's Temple in Cần Thơ. My first impression when I got there was the architecture from the outside. It resembled a crown similar to the crown that the Hồng Kings used to wear. We did a ceremonies for the Hồng Kings and came to the exhibition room to hear about the history of the early stages of our country. Many artifacts from that time were displayed, from spears, arrow, musical instrument, and much more. And that was the end of my trip to the Southwest. It was a wonderful trip for me, and I can't wait to explore more places in the future. If you think my vlog is informative and fun, please drop a like and a comment below. I would really appreciate it. Until then, see you next time.